Hey there, travelers. My name is Ben. If you're planning your first international trip and the word passport makes you sweat a little, don't worry, you're absolutely in the right place. Today, I'm breaking down everything you need to know about getting your very first U.S. passport, step by step, without the confusing government speak. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to do, what to bring, and how to avoid the classic panic that so many new travelers face. And towards the end, I'll share a free checklist that'll make your entire first international flight process completely stress-free. Let's go.
Dream vacations start here.
Okay, so first things first. Step one is to check to see if you even need a new passport. If you've never had a passport before, congrats. You're officially joining the club of international travelers. If you had one before, you'll want to locate it, and inside you'll see two dates. One is the date that the passport was issued, and the other is the expiration date. Look at the issue date, and if it was issued more than 15 years ago, you'll need to apply for a passport as if it will be your first time. Now, the exception is if your passport was issued when you were under the age of 16 and is now expired. If that's the case, you'll have to apply for a new one. If you already have one, double check that expiration date. Most countries require your passport to be valid at least 6 months beyond your return date. You'd be surprised at how many people don't take the time to do this. It's one of those little details that can ruin your trip before it even begins. If you have determined that you do indeed need to apply for a new passport, let's move on to step number 2, which is to collect your documents. All the paperwork, everyone's favorite part, right? Here's what you'll need. Number 1, proof of citizenship. This could be a U.S. birth certificate, which has to be an official copy. It can't be a digital copy from your phone or a copy from a photocopier. It has to be an official copy with a raised seal. If you have an old passport, you can use that as well as a certificate of naturalization or citizenship. Number 2, proof of identity. Use a driver's license or government-issued photo ID. Number 3, a passport photo. This will be the photo that will be displayed on your passport. And no, your best selfie doesn't count. It needs to be a 2x2 inch photo with a plain white background, no hats, no filters, and no goofy expressions. You can get your passport photo taken at places like Walgreens and CVS, but they do charge like $20 for one. If you want to save some money, I have a video that shows you how to take your own passport photo using your phone for less than $1. I'll have that link for that video in the description. Number 4, fill out Form DS-11. This is the official passport application form. You can get one on the official State Department website at travel.state.gov and also link it in the video description. There is a form filler tool that you can use to type in your information and then print a PDF copy of the form, or you can choose to just print it out and fill it out with a pen. When you have the form fill out, it is very important not to sign the form. You'll do this later on in the process. Once you have all your documents in place, your DS-11 form filled out but not signed, your proof of U.S. citizenship, proof of identity, and your passport photo printed out, you are ready for step number 3, which is to choose where to apply. Since this will be your first passport, you'll need to apply in person. You can apply at most post offices, some libraries, and certain government offices. Just go to travel.state.gov and use your passport acceptance facility locator, which I'll have linked in the video description. Type in your zip code, and it will show you the nearest options of where you can apply at. Be sure you make an appointment in advance. Walk-ins are rare these days, and bring everything with you. Your documents, your photo, and payment, which I'll cover in the next step. At your appointment is where you will sign your application when told to do so. Do not sign your application before the appointment. Let's now talk about step number 4 and everyone's least favorite topic, fees. As of now, a first-time adult passport book costs $130 plus a $35 acceptance fee, so around $165. These two fees are paid separately, one for the passport application fee and one for the acceptance fee. The passport application fee can only be paid by check or money order. Let me say that again. The passport application fee can only be paid by check or money order made out to the U.S. Department of State, so don't show up with that one. You also want to write your name and date of birth in the memo section. Now, the $35 acceptance fee in most cases can be paid by card, but you'll want to bring your checkbook just in case. If you're applying for a passport for your child, the fees would be $100 for a passport book plus the $35 acceptance fee, so $135 total. The passport processing times vary throughout the year. It's usually a longer wait leading up to the summer months when everyone tends to travel, but on average, you can expect to get your passport between 4 to 8 weeks once the passport agency receives your application. If you need it sooner than that, you can pay an extra $60 to have your passport expedited, which shortens the wait time to 2 to 3 weeks. And if you need it even faster, you can make an appointment at a regional passport agency, but you'll need proof of an upcoming international trip within 2 weeks, which translation, I just realized I travel to Italy next Tuesday and don't have my passport. Level of panic. Hopefully you're planning months ahead and not putting yourself in this situation. Now, when filling out the application form, you may have noticed the option to apply for a passport card as well, which is much cheaper. Unless you're only ever going to be traveling to Canada or Mexico by car or a ship to Bermuda or some of the other Caribbean islands, a passport card may be all that you need. However, if you plan to travel by air to any country, including Canada and Mexico, you'll need to have a passport book. The passport book is going to be your all-access pass to travel to another country. Let's move on to step number 5, which is the hardest part. Track it and wait patiently. Once you have applied, you can track your application online at passportstatus.state.gov. You'll get your passport in the mail, so be sure your address is correct on your form. And yes, waiting is the hardest part, so try to resist checking the mail 5 times a day. Your U.S. birth certificate and other documents you submitted with your passport application will come in a separate letter, so don't panic when you don't get those back right away. When your passport finally arrives, check it over and make sure there are no mistakes on it, like a misspelled name or a wrong date of birth. If you happen to find a mistake on your passport, you'll need to fill out another form, a DS-5504 form to be exact. The mailing instructions will be on the form. You also have to send in, along with the form, your current passport, another color photo, and evidence of the error, such as your birth certificate. You will not have to pay any additional fees to have the error corrected. If your passport has no errors and is good to go, then go ahead and sign your passport and take a photo of your passport info page just in case you ever lose it while traveling. And then for the passport itself, you want to store it in a safe place where it won't easily get lost or damaged. And then before we wrap up, I want to leave you with some common mistakes that can cause some major headaches. Mistake number 1, submitting a blurry or incorrect photo. The passport agency is very specific about what photo of yourself is acceptable, including resolution, print size, quality, pose and expression, and lighting and shadows. Like I mentioned earlier in the video, I made a tutorial on how to take and print your own passport photo using just your phone, and it'll cost you less than $1. Look for that link to that video in the description. I'll also link the photo requirements you'll need to follow in order for your passport photo to be accepted, as well as a photo tool to help crop your photo so it's the right size. If you'd rather not deal with taking your own photo, then you can get it done at a Walgreens or CVS, who will ensure your passport photo meets the requirements. Mistake number 2 is forgetting to bring your original or certified copy of your birth certificate. Photocopies or hospital records won't cut it. If you have lost your birth certificate and need a certified copy of your birth certificate, then you can go to the Department of Health's website for the state you were born in and locate their vital records to receive your certified birth certificate copy. Mistake number 3 is signing the passport application form before your appointment. Again, let the agent witness you signing the form. Otherwise, you'll be asked to fill out another form, which will take some time, so don't make this mistake. Mistake number 4 is attaching or stapling your photo to your application form. It's clearly stated on the form not to do this. At the appointment, the acceptance agent will review the photo and staple it for you. So there you have it, everything you need to know to get your very first passport without the panic. Once that little blue book arrives, you'll be officially one step closer to exploring the world. But if you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed about everything else leading up to your first international trip, don't worry. I've created a free first international flight checklist that covers every single thing you need to do before takeoff. From documents to packing to airport prep, you can grab it right now. The link's in the description below. It's completely free and it'll make your entire travel prep so much easier. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel to get more travel planning tips and tutorials just like this one. Thank you so much for watching. Safe travels, and I'll see you again in a future video.